Ladies and gentlemen, there is an update on the Bob Lee story. And I don't know, y'all. So Nima Momenti was upset about the relationship Bob Lee and his sister, Kazaa, was having. Apparently, she's married to a plastic surgeon. And Bob Lee I think they were seeing each other. And her brother had a problem. Now, she is supposed to be his baby sister, and he had a big problem with what was going on. So, let me get into this story. Suspect and Cash App founder Bob Lee appeared to have an argument before the killing, documents show. So, this is in the court document. Nima Momenti, the man accused of killing Cash App founder Bob Lee, appeared to have gotten into an argument with Lee before his death, and they said it was a pretty intense argument. According to documents released by the San Francisco District Attorney's Office, a message from Momenti's sister sometime that evening showed the sister checking in on Lee after the disagreement. The text message, per the documents, from the district attorney's office, just wanted to make sure you're doing okay, because I know Nima came way down hard on you, and thank you for being such a classy man, handling it with class. The motion to detain documents also cited a witness interviewed by the police and security camera footage, offering a detailed timeline where Lee and Momenti were leading up to Lee's fatal stabbing in Rincon Hill neighborhood of San Francisco in the early morning of April 4th. A witness described as a close friend of Lee's said he went over to an apartment after being invited by Lee on April 3rd, where Lee was drinking with a woman later identified as Momenti's sister. The document said the witness told the police the woman was married, but her relationship was possibly in jeopardy. And the witness was unsure if the woman and Lee had an intimate relationship, according to the documents. But apparently, Nima Momenti thought they did, or he had reason to believe they were intimately involved. Lee told the witness that they were going to his hotel room where he invited Momenti's sister, but she declined. While at the hotel room, the witness said Lee was having a conversation with Momenti, which involved Momenti saying he was picking up his sister from the apartment Lee and the witness were previously at. According to the documents, Momenti, he was asking Lee whether his sister was doing drugs or anything inappropriate, the document said. Lee told Momenti nothing inappropriate happened, according to the documents. After the conversation, Momenti, Lee, and the witness went to Lee's apartment until about 12:30 on April 4th. When Lee left, the document said surveillance footage shows Momenti arriving at his sister's apartment building in a white BMW around 8:30 p.m. on April 3rd. And later records show Lee entering the building at 12:39 a.m. on April 4th, a little after 2 a.m., according to security footage that shows Lee and Momenti entering an elevator together, getting into Momenti's BMW. Additional footage from the area showed the two driving around in the car together. Video footage then showed the BMW drive to a dark, secluded area on Main Street, just out of the view of the video to see the interaction between the two men. Per the documents, eventually the two subjects, who were unidentifiable by their faces but seemed to be wearing the same clothing, appeared back in the frame. After about 5 minutes, the subject wearing a white colored top, consistent with what Momenti appeared to be wearing, suddenly moves towards the other subject. The document said the two subjects then separate. The subject in dark clothing, who authorizes believed to be Lee, walking northbound, while the subject in the light colored clothes walks south and stops along a fence where a knife was ultimately recovered. So they said it was just a kitchen knife that he used on Bob Lee. The BMW then leaves at a high rate of speed, the document said. The autopsy later found that Lee was stabbed 3 separate times, once in the hip and twice in the chest, according to documents. One of the stab wounds directly penetrated Lee's heart, causing his death. Momenti appeared in San Francisco court early Friday for an arraignment that came one day after the police announced his arrest. Momenti's arraignment is set to continue on April 25th. He will be held without bail in the meantime. Momenti entered the court Friday. Members of his family were sitting in the front row, held up heart signs with their hands. Momenti, who was not cuffed, acknowledged them and smiled back. Announcing his arrest Thursday, law enforcement described Momenti as a 38-year-old man of Emeryville and said Momenti and Lee knew each other, but did not provide details about their connection. California Secretary of State um, indicates that Momenti had been the owner of an IT business. Many in the tech world are beyond responded to the news and the outpouring of shock and grief. So it just goes into Lee's family being grateful that Momenti was placed behind bars. But how this is looking, and I don't know what kind of relationship Momenti had with his sister's husband, but it appears he was upset about the relationship that Bob Lee was having with his sister. And like I said, his sister, from what I read, is married to a plastic surgeon. Now, it doesn't say whether that relationship with her husband is still where they're still together, but I know Bob Lee is not with his wife anymore. So he wasn't with his wife prior to his death anymore, but he had 2 children, as you see in the picture, with his, I guess, his ex-wife. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this update, that this is all that was recorded in court documents. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.